The
Of course.
Celtics. I picked the Celtics to win this game. I almost feel like I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. I have been deceived. This is not the Celtics team that I was sold on. This team beats themselves so much. So
Yeah.
much. These
Yeah.
turnovers, every single game, these unforced turnovers are the worst. Jalen
Man.
Brown and Jason Tatum. Marcus Smart too had some stupid turnovers tonight. Listen
Yes.
to this. Jason Tatum had 4 turnovers. Jalen Brown had 5 turnovers. Especially that back-to-back sequence in the fourth. Oh, what is going on? 2 turnovers. Unforced turnovers in 2 possessions. Like, all right, let me go back. One of them was kind of forced. They got their hands in the cookie jar and like ripped the ball.
Yeah.
But they're still terrible turnovers. Terrible. Those
Finally,
three, those three players are responsible for 12 turnovers. Those 3 key players are responsible for 12 turnovers. They had 18 overall tonight. 18. I can leave the stat right there. That's where they lost the game. These unforced turnovers, how they came out in the first quarter, was terrible.
yeah. Very low energy. Very lackadaisical play too, man. They were careless.
Very careless. It was terrible. And along with the fact you're missing all your threes in the first half, every
They
single
buy
one of
that.
them, they could not buy a shot in the first half. But thankfully for them, they played good defense on Steph Curry, that they were still in the game.
Yeah.
And they had their shot in the third quarter when they came out with a huge run.
They came out intense in the second half,
They
but
they did, but again, there were some calls that went against them. We know I mentioned the call earlier when we were talking about Jordan Poole. But you can't let that affect you. You can't. And either way, I still need Jason Tatum to step up. True, he had a better game tonight. But you missed 4 free throws. Saw him back to back. That was shocking to me. Maybe some of it had to do with fatigue because he and Jalen Brown played the whole entire second half, basically. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. But you can't miss free throws. That's the other story of the game. The turnovers and the missed free throws. The missed free throws, man. They missed 10 free throws tonight. They lost by 10 points.
that's a funny way for that stat to show up, huh?
68% from the free throw line.
Oh yeah.
That is not championship level basketball. It shows a lack of focus, a lack of something to miss that many free throws as a
You
squad.
gotta need free ones. They're literally free points. All you have to do is sit there. No one's gonna guard you and make the shot. You know what I mean? I'm not a NBA player by any means, but that is there was so many times Jalen Brown went to the line missing, back to back free throws.
He did.
Tatum, a lot of them, man. They have to knock those down. Those points add up, like you said, and the spread was literally 10 points. They missed 10 free throws. You make 8 of those, you can close that gap.
Yeah, it would have been a much closer game, but it's tough because all turnovers and the points off of turnovers that the Warriors got.
Oh yeah, they were in the passing lane all night, and Brown, Tatum, Smart, all were sloppy with the ball tonight. Just couldn't really make a play like Jason Tatum, even though he scored pretty efficiently. I just really don't see them being able to win with him just scoring. I think he has to be more of a playmaker. He only had 4 assists. So I think he needs to kind of take the helm of it and be the point forward more so than Jason Tatum to score, because he has some shots, but no one else was involved. Not on an impactful level anyway.
Yeah, we talked about this off the air post show. We were talking about how Boston is literally only missing a point guard that can help facilitate.
Yep.
We were talking about that. If they can get a good point guard that can facilitate, it's a good 3-and-D player as well. You put Marcus Smart at 2, Brown at the 3, Tatum at the 4, and whoever you want to rotate at the 5. You just need someone to help facilitate. And we both agree, I think Jason Tatum is the best playmaker on this team.
Yeah.
He's improved so much, but he has to make better decisions. The game changed when he decided to be intentional with his scoring and to attack. That's when the game changed for him, and he got himself in the groove and got going.
Mm-hmm.
If only he did that sooner, it would probably be a different game. Because their defense on Steph Curry was amazing tonight. Although Curry did miss some open shots though, but still.
Yeah,
good defense overall.
Yeah, it's really on Boston's end, it's really a shame that you had such a great defensive effort on the best shooter ever, and you still weren't able to capitalize. You know what I mean? Like, Steph missed 9 threes, he didn't make one, and you still lost by 10 points. It's like mind blowing. You know what I mean? Like, if you just imagine it, like, we shut the guy that just dropped 43 on us down, but we still couldn't win. It's just like, that messes with you. But you got to shake back and you got to take care of business at home, because otherwise it's over. And just like tonight, they came out kind of lax in that second half. They tried to, make a push, but sometimes if you take that sense of urgency early, it could be a completely different game. Like, the momentum was already sucked out of the building, sucked out of the Celtics bench, sucked out of their team early, and you're trying to play catch up to the Warriors, which is something that I feel like is dangerous to any team. So, on top of that, you mentioned a lot of great points with Tatum and Brown, turnovers, missed free throws. But if you look at the Celtics bench, where was the help? White had 1 point. Derek White had 1 point. I think somebody else scored off the bench, but that was it. Grant Williams might have scored.
Yeah, he had 3.
They had 4 points off the bench.
They did at that point. Before he sent this, wave the white flag for everybody else in, they got some more points off that. But still, yeah, the bench points. They got
no real bench contribution. They had, and then on the other end, you got GP and Jordan Poole going for almost 30 combined alone, but just those two. Yeah, that's not gonna get it done. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they have to score 40, 50 points as a bench, but you got to get
at least 10.
So. You got to give the starters some sort of relief. You got to keep up with the game somehow. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting it by any means. No guy bench scoring 10, 15, 20 points a game, but 4 points off the bench for the whole game. That means you score 1 point per quarter for the bench, basically, until garbage time. That's terrible. That is yeah. Derek White didn't look aggressive. He's been great for them, but not tonight. He didn't show up at all, and they paid the price. They not only turned the ball over, but when you don't have any scoring outside of the main guys and they're taking a break, you're dooming yourself. So
Yeah,
Celtics have a lot to,
they
take a
do.
look at on the flight back to Boston.
They do. And just to really bring this point home, I want to name all the players that contributed to the turnovers tonight.
Uh-oh.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Al Horford. Man, this is crazy. Derek White and Grant Williams. Those are some of the main players that played tonight with the most minutes. The only two was Robert Williams, but of course he doesn't handle the ball a lot, and Derek White. Everybody else has some type of turnover.
Some type of turnover.
Some type of turnover. It was unforced, a mistake, whatever. That was terrible.
Yeah.
They gotta do better. They gotta do better. This is not the team that was sold on. Not at all.
The disappointment